So who was expecting somebody bigger? I went to my very first job interview, and the first thing that it had on my CV that I was an Australian powerlifting champion, and I walked in and the first thing they said to me was, "We're expecting somebody bigger." So today I'm going to take you through the 10-minute exercise program. It was developed by someone a lot smarter than me around exercise, who actually did a degree in exercise physiology. And the first time I heard of the idea of a 10-minute exercise program, I kind of laughed and went, 10 minutes, you're kidding me, right? I used to spend 2 hours in the gym, and then I put my ego in my pocket for a second and went, well, I spent 2 hours in the gym. As a powerlifter, you do 10 seconds of intense exercise, and 10 minutes was my rest in between sets. But one day I came along here, and one of the PTs was just getting us to do like the first 4 minutes, which was doing jump squats, and it was a ceiling a bit higher than this, and they'd asked us to try and do a jump squat and try and touch the ceiling. And my competitive side came out, so I really went for it, but I was huffing and puffing and going, oh my God, I'm not fit, maybe there's something to this. So the next day I went home and I tried the whole 10 minutes myself, and I felt really great. I felt energized and alive. It had been about a year since I'd retired from powerlifting, and I'm the kind of person that if I haven't got a goal and I'm not training towards something, then I can get a little bit lazy sometimes. So in that year I'd been to the gym once. And the only reason I went to the gym once was because there just happened to be a powerlifting competition on, and I was asked to referee, so I had to be there, right? And I figured, well, I'm at the gym, I might as well work out while I'm here. But this is something that you can do every day, and I do it often first thing in the morning now. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll just be going, oh, I had a late night and I just don't feel like getting up and exercising. But if I do, I say to myself, come on, just start, Ray, and do the first 4 minutes. And if I do the first 4 minutes, 99% of the time I do the whole 10 minutes, because once you start, it's so much easier just to keep going.
That's right.
So it's as far as exercise here, the idea is to meet people where they're at. Now, I'm not sure if you've heard of Maslow's hierarchy of exercise. It's not quite as well known as Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But, in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the idea is to go from one level to the next, from survival to self-actualization. So here, exercise is similar. You can't just necessarily go from sitting on the couch breathing to an elite athlete in one day. It's not going to happen, right? So if all we've ever done is sitting down breathing, which most of you got covered really well right now. The next step is to get out there and move, so walking. Hercules does a great talk and mentions the fact that the Mayo Clinic's done studies that show that just doing an extra 6,000 steps a day reduces your chance of death by diabetes by 46%. Now that's incredible. I mean, what drug's going to do that? Nothing. And how much does walking cost? Nothing. The next level after that is a 10-minute total body breakthrough, which was developed by an exercise physiologist. I'll talk about that a bit more soon. After that, once you've got results from walking, got results from this program, a lot of people want to go to the next level. And we've got some awesome personal trainers here. Get a recommendation as to who you should catch up with, because there's some great trainers here. And then elite athlete. Now I put that on there not to go, that's what we're aiming for, because most of us aren't. That's not necessarily healthy. As what I did in powerlifting, I wouldn't consider training for health. It was training for a specific sport. But you never know what you're actually capable of achieving. I didn't. I sort of got into powerlifting by accident. Fell over and no. I was doing university. I took some electives in human movement studies because I love sport. And one day a guy came into the lecture theatre and he was looking for some human guinea pigs. He was doing his master's degree in strength training, and he wanted some people to do his 12-week strength training program. And I was a pretty skinny kid. I weighed about 56 kilos. I hadn't really done much strength training, and I thought, well, why not? Free use of the gym, sign me up, I'm in. And didn't know what I was up for. But it was a 12-week training program. We trained sort of 1.5 hours, 4 times a week. Surprisingly, not everyone actually finished the 12-week training program. So the only great skill that I had was I actually did it. Most people didn't. And at the end of that 12 weeks, the coach said to me, because he tested us at the start to see what we could lift, he tested us again at the end of the 12 weeks, and he said, look, you've actually done really well, you've improved a lot, we've got a competition coming up. It's called powerlifting. It's very similar to what I've been teaching you. You should go in it. And I laughed. I went, yeah, right, you're kidding. Me? I'm just a skinny kid. And he just said, look, don't worry. It's all in weight divisions. You'll compete against people your own size. And I went, oh, okay, that's all right then. And then I looked at the results from the year before, and the guy that had won my weight division had lifted what I thought were really, really huge weights. And my immediate reaction was, no, I'm not going to compete against him. He's going to kill me. What's the point? And isn't it so true that so often we look at someone who's successful and we go, well, I can't do that. So we never start, we never try. And I'm so glad that the coach, he just said to me, look, he's good, yeah, but forget about him. He said, actually, he's not even going to be there. He's going off to the World Juniors. He said, just try and do a little bit better in 2 weeks' time than you did today. And I'm so glad he just taught me to take that little step, because that's what life is about. It's taking these little steps that are going to get you to somewhere that you don't know what you're capable of doing. And I didn't. I always dreamed as a kid that I'd represent Australia in something. I thought maybe I'd be at the World Cup playing soccer, but didn't turn out that way. Powerlifting would have been like on the bottom of the list of sports that I thought I was going to be any good at. I didn't even know what it was. So yeah, that taught me a very valuable lesson, because as Laura said, in 3 years I was Australian junior champion, best lifter across all weight divisions, and it taught me a very valuable lesson that none of us know what we're really capable of achieving. None of us know what's inside of us. So I just encourage you just to start being proactive and start doing things with your health that are going to make a difference, and who knows what you're actually capable of achieving. So the 10-minute exercise program was developed by this handsome man here, Sean Foy, and it's all about doing something that you can do simply on a daily basis. There's 4 minutes of high intensity aerobic exercise, and the idea of that is you're getting your heart rate up and you're breathing. If you can still carry on a conversation and make jokes, you're not working hard enough. The next 3 minutes is strength training, so we're doing some resistance training. I'm going to do something for your legs, something for your back, and something for your chest. My personality type is what they call phlegmatic, which most people think is a little bit lazy. I think we're green because that means we're energy efficient. So if I'm going to do 10 minutes of anything, it's going to be 10 minutes that's going to give me the best bang for my buck, or best bang for my time. So we're going to do exercises that are using large muscle groups, because that way you're going to have a lot more energy being used. If I'm just like working my pinky or just doing a bicep curl, then that's not going to use much. It's not a large muscle group. And the idea is that you want to get a lot of what we sort of call afterburn, that you're working out hard now and you're not necessarily going to use a heap of energy, but because your heart rate's up and your muscles have worked out hard, you're going to be burning over the next hour a lot more energy than, say, if you went for a walk for an hour. The next 2 minutes is core stability for your stomach and back. It's very important, and stretching and deep breathing. And if you've done the first 4 minutes properly, you're deep breathing the whole way. Okay, so I'm going to give you all the opportunity to start, of course, because I could explain it all forever and you'll still have no idea what it is. The only way to actually know what it is to experience it yourself. So today I'm going to take you through the whole thing, but you're going to have the option of an easy option or a more challenging one. The easy one I call like the office workout, because you can do it sitting in your seat. So if you've never done this before, or you've got an injury or anything, or you want to take it easy, stay in your seat and do that. If you want to go for the more advanced option, then get up and have some space. So I've got an application here called an interval timer, so it basically is going to beep at us every 30 seconds. And the first thing we're going to do is just marching slowly on the spot first. You either do it sitting down or standing up. And after 30 seconds time, this thing is going to beep at us, and we'll start doing that quickly. So you're just warming up at the moment. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, go. As fast as you can. that's 30 seconds, so just slow down and just march slowly again now, just to recover for 30 seconds. Okay, so we're going to go fast again for another 5 seconds. Okay, go. Okay, so that's the first 2 minutes. The next exercise we're going to do after 30 seconds break is what I call boxing and reverse boxing. So as well as a strong forward punch, we've got a strong backward stroke. So as well as working the chest, you're also working the back. Okay, go. Okay, so then we have a break for 30 seconds, and we're going to do that again for 30 seconds. So you can see just in the first, well, we've done 3 minutes so far, so in the first 4 minutes you can really get your heart rate up, and it really makes a difference. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, go. You need a strong backstroke, dog. Like you're elbowing someone behind you. 5 seconds left. Okay. So that's the first 4 minutes of the high intensity interval training. That's to get your heart rate up. If you're not deep breathing, you haven't been working hard enough. Okay, so the next one is squats. Now you can either do a stationary squat hold for 30 seconds, where you're just going down to a squat and holding it, or you can actually, if you're sitting in the seat, put your feet a little bit further than shoulder width apart, and lean forward off the seat. So you're sitting down, lean forward and just lift your backside off the seat slightly. You can hold that for 30 seconds. If you want to do the moving squats, you can do them. And if two-legged squats are too easy, you can do a split squat. So we'll do those for 30 seconds now. Okay, so the next exercise is for our chest. That was for our legs. So if you're sitting down doing the sitting down option, you can just do a static hold. So pretend you're a bodybuilder for a second and flex those pecs. If you want to do the more advanced option, you can do a push-up against the floor, or you can do it against a wall, or you can do them in doorways. Doorways are often the way I like to show a new person how to do them, because okay, so we'll start for 30 seconds now. Yeah, so that's your chest exercise. Next one is for your back. Now, I didn't bring any of these exercise bands for everyone, so we can all do the easy option this time. So basically, pretend that you do have a set of those exercise bands and that you're putting your back into a row. So you should be clenching the muscles of your back, as you can see here. And at the same time, your biceps. And if your legs aren't working hard enough, you can go into a squat as well. Okay, so that's 30 seconds of that. Another more advanced option, which I love, is the chin-ups. I've got one of these in my garage, and this is just at a park nearby. I'm not going to do that today. Okay, so the next option is core. So this is for our stomach muscles and back. So we've got three options here. This is obviously the more difficult option. The easiest option is just sitting in the seat and lifting one leg off the chair and holding that for 30 seconds. The next one is lifting both legs off the ground. So it's your pick as to which one you want to do. And we grab a seat. Go. So this one, if you're sitting in a board meeting at work or something and you're bored, which I was the other day, you just lift your legs off the ground and work your stomach muscles. So that's 30 seconds. You can have a break now if you want. And the other exercises that I was showing you before, where you're doing a static hold for your chest or your back, you can do those in a board meeting as well if you're bored. I've been doing that. Okay, so that's a minute of that one. Another option as well is to do it standing up, so just lifting one leg, or then put your hands above your head as well. And this one's good for your balance as well. Okay, so swap legs, if you're doing that one. Okay, so that's the 2 minutes of core. The last one is the easiest one, which is just breathing. Just stretching and breathing. So there's two different options that I'm giving here. One is just stretching your arms, the other one's going to, it's like a triangle pose from yoga. So you do 30 seconds on each side. That was one side, and go to the other side. Okay, so that's it. Congratulations for you all for doing that. You've now experienced a 10-minute workout, and now that you know what it is, You can go and try it again tomorrow. So I want to leave you with the thought. And that was just one day of exercise. But success doesn't happen in a day. It happens daily. Thank you.